Nestled amidst lush forests and rolling hills, the village of Alaria was a picturesque haven where magic and reality intertwined seamlessly. Its cobbled streets were lined with quaint cottages, their thatched roofs and flower-filled gardens exuding a rustic charm. At the heart of the village stood a grand oak tree, its ancient branches stretching skyward, a silent guardian of the village's secrets. Among the villagers were Aiden and Lila, two inseparable friends who spent their days exploring the enchanting woods that surrounded Alaria. Aiden, with his tousled brown hair and bright green eyes, was a curious and imaginative boy. Lila, on the other hand, was bold and adventurous, her fiery red hair matching her spirited personality. One crisp autumn morning, as the sun's golden rays filtered through the trees, Aiden and Lila set out on another adventure. They wandered deeper into the forest than ever before, driven by a sense of wonder and excitement. As they walked, Lila recalled a story Elder Rowan had told them many times. "Do you remember the legend of the phoenix, Aiden?" she asked, her eyes sparkling with excitement. Aiden nodded. "Of course. The phoenix, the magical bird that can rise from its own ashes and has feathers that grant incredible powers. Elder Rowan said it lives deep in this forest. The legend spoke of a majestic bird with fiery plumage that could heal wounds and bestow extraordinary abilities. It was said that the phoenix's feathers held the essence of magic itself, and those who found them were destined for greatness." As they ventured further, Aiden's keen eyes caught a glimmer of something unusual on the forest floor. He knelt down and picked up a feather unlike any he had ever seen. It was a deep, iridescent red, glowing with a soft, magical light. "Lila, look at this," Aiden exclaimed, holding the feather up for her to see. Lila's eyes widened. "Is it a phoenix feather?" Aiden nodded, his heart pounding with excitement. "I think it is. We have to show this to Elder Rowan." They hurried back to the village, eager to share their discovery. Elder Rowan, a wise and kindly figure with a long white beard and piercing blue eyes, listened intently as they recounted their find. "This feather is indeed from the phoenix," Elder Rowan confirmed, his voice filled with awe. "You must understand, children, that finding a phoenix feather is a rare and powerful omen. According to the prophecy, those who find the phoenix are destined to protect it from great danger." Aiden and Lila exchanged determined looks. They knew what they had to do. Elder Rowan shared more about the prophecy. Long ago, the phoenix chose guardians to protect it from those who would misuse its power. The phoenix's return signifies a time of great upheaval and change. You two have been chosen to find and protect the phoenix. Nestled amidst lush forests and rolling hills, the village of Alaria was a picturesque haven where magic and reality intertwined seamlessly. Its cobbled streets were lined with quaint cottages, their thatched roofs and flower-filled gardens exuding a rustic charm. At the heart of the village stood a grand oak tree, its ancient branches stretching skyward, a silent guardian of the village's secrets. Among the villagers were Aiden and Lila, two inseparable friends who spent their days exploring the enchanting woods that surrounded Alaria. Aiden, with his tousled brown hair and bright green eyes, was a curious and imaginative boy. Lila, on the other hand, was bold and adventurous, her fiery red hair matching her spirited personality. One crisp autumn morning, as the sun's golden rays filtered through the trees, Aiden and Lila set out on another adventure. They wandered deeper into the forest than ever before, driven by a sense of wonder and excitement. The legend of the phoenix. As they walked, Lila recalled a story Elder Rowan had told them many times. "Do you remember the legend of the phoenix, Aiden?" she asked, her eyes sparkling with excitement. Aiden nodded. "Of course. The phoenix, the magical bird that can rise from its own ashes and has feathers that grant incredible powers. Elder Rowan said it lives deep in this forest. The legend spoke of a majestic bird with fiery plumage that could heal wounds and bestow extraordinary abilities. It was said that the phoenix's feathers held the essence of magic itself, and those who found them were destined for greatness." Aiden's discovery. As they ventured further, Aiden's keen eyes caught a glimmer of something unusual on the forest floor. He knelt down and picked up a feather unlike any he had ever seen. It was a deep, iridescent red, glowing with a soft, magical light. "Lila, look at this," Aiden exclaimed, holding the feather up for her to see. Lila's eyes widened. "Is it a phoenix feather?" Aiden nodded, his heart pounding with excitement. "I think it is. We have to show this to Elder Rowan." Lila joins the adventure. They hurried back to the village, eager to share their discovery. Elder Rowan, a wise and kindly figure with a long white beard and piercing blue eyes, listened intently as they recounted their find. "This feather is indeed from the phoenix," Elder Rowan confirmed, his voice filled with awe. "You must understand, children, that finding a phoenix feather is a rare and powerful omen. According to the prophecy, those who find the phoenix are destined to protect it from great danger." Aiden and Lila exchanged determined looks. They knew what they had to do. The prophecy unfolds. Elder Rowan shared more about the prophecy. Long ago, the phoenix chose guardians to protect it from those who would misuse its power. The phoenix's return signifies a time of great upheaval and change. You two have been chosen to find and protect the phoenix. With the weight of the prophecy on their shoulders, Aiden and Lila prepared for their journey. They gathered supplies, said their goodbyes, and set off into the forest, guided by the magical feather's glow. As Aiden and Lila made their preparations, the village of Alaria gathered to bid them farewell. Villagers offered gifts and blessings, each contributing something for their journey. The blacksmith, a burly man with a kind heart, gave them a sturdy knife. The baker, known for her delicious pastries, packed them a bundle of her finest treats. Aiden's family, proud yet anxious, hugged him tightly. "Be careful, my boy," his mother whispered, tears glistening in her eyes. Lila's younger brother, Timmy, tugged at her sleeve. "Promise you'll come back safe," he pleaded. "We will, Timmy," Lila reassured him, ruffling his hair. With their supplies packed and the village's blessings upon them, Aiden and Lila stepped into the forest. The path ahead was unknown, filled with both wonder and danger. As they ventured deeper, the forest seemed to come alive around them, the trees whispering secrets, the air thick with enchantment. They walked for hours, the feather's glow guiding them. Along the way, they encountered various forest creatures, some friendly, others wary. A family of deer watched them curiously, while a mischievous fox darted across their path. As dusk settled, Aiden and Lila found a clearing to set up camp. They built a small fire, its warmth and light a comfort in the encroaching darkness. Over a simple meal, they discussed their journey. "Do you think we'll really find the phoenix?" Aiden asked, his voice filled with a mix of hope and doubt. Lila nodded confidently. "I do. We've already found the feather. That's a sign we're on the right path." As the fire crackled and the stars twinkled overhead, they settled down to sleep, unaware of the trials that awaited them. That night, Aiden had a vivid dream. He found himself in a vast, ethereal landscape, surrounded by shimmering lights. In the distance, he saw a magnificent bird, its feathers glowing with an otherworldly radiance. The phoenix. The bird spoke to him in a melodic, soothing voice. "Aiden, you are destined for greatness. Protect the feather, and it will guide you to me." Aiden awoke with a start, the dream fresh in his mind. He glanced at Lila, who was still asleep, and then at the feather, which seemed to glow brighter. Determined, he vowed to find the phoenix and fulfill his destiny. As they continued their journey the next day, Aiden shared his dream with Lila. She listened intently, her eyes wide with wonder. "I believe it was a sign," she said. "We're meant to do this, Aiden." Their resolve strengthened. They pressed on. The forest became denser, the trees taller and more imposing. They soon encountered a group of mystical beings known as the Forest Guardians. These ethereal creatures, part human, part plant, watched over the forest and its magic. The Guardians, led by a wise and ancient being named Silva, tested Aiden and Lila's intentions. They had to prove their worth through a series of tasks, each designed to test their bravery, wisdom, and compassion. The first trial was a test of courage. Aiden and Lila had to cross a narrow bridge suspended over a deep chasm. The bridge swayed precariously with every step, but they held on to each other, their determination unwavering. The second trial tested their wisdom. They were presented with a series of riddles by a guardian named Elm. The riddles were complex, requiring them to think deeply and work together to find the answers. Through teamwork and clever thinking, they solved each riddle. The final trial tested their compassion. They had to heal a wounded animal, using the limited resources they had. Aiden and Lila worked together, combining their knowledge of herbs and first aid to tend to the creature. Their kindness and empathy impressed the guardians. Having passed the trials, Silva granted them a special gift, a magical map that would guide them through the forest. The map, made of living vines and leaves, showed a glowing path that led to the phoenix's lair. Use this wisely, Silva advised. It will lead you to your destiny. With the map in hand and the feather glowing brighter than ever, Aiden and Lila continued their journey, now with a clearer sense of direction and purpose. The magical map led them to a wide, sparkling river. The water shimmered with a magical glow, and the air was filled with the soothing sound of flowing water. However, crossing the river was no easy task. The current was strong, and strange creatures lurked beneath the surface. As they pondered their next move, they noticed a bridge made of entwined branches and vines. The bridge was guarded by a water nymph named Nerea. She was beautiful, with long, flowing hair and a gentle, melodic voice. Nerea challenged them to a game of riddles before allowing them to cross. Answer my riddles correctly, and you may pass. Fail, and you must find another way. The riddles were intricate and required quick thinking and cooperation. Aiden and Lila put their heads together, drawing on their experiences and knowledge to solve each one. With each correct answer, Nerea's smile grew wider. You have proven yourselves worthy, she said, stepping aside to let them pass. May the river's magic guide you on your journey. The river's secrets. As they crossed the bridge, Aiden and Lila marveled at the river's beauty. They could see glimpses of magical creatures swimming beneath the surface, their scales glinting in the sunlight. Nerea had gifted them a small vial of enchanted water, which she claimed would heal their wounds and give them strength in times of need. With the enchanted water safely tucked away, they continued their journey along the glowing path indicated by the magical map. The forest grew even denser, the trees towering high above them, their leaves forming a thick canopy that allowed only slivers of sunlight to filter through. The path led them into the Whispering Woods, a part of the forest known for its eerie atmosphere and strange occurrences. The trees here were ancient and gnarled, their bark twisted into strange shapes. As they walked, they could hear faint whispers all around them, as if the trees themselves were speaking. Aiden and Lila moved cautiously, aware that the Whispering Woods were rumored to be haunted. The whispers grew louder, forming words that seemed to echo in their minds. Trust, courage, heart, the voices murmured, guiding them deeper into the woods. As night fell, they came upon a clearing bathed in a ghostly light. In the center stood a spectral figure, a woman in flowing robes who appeared to be made of mist. She introduced herself as Celine, the guardian spirit of the Whispering Woods. Celine told them of a dark force that had been spreading through the forest, corrupting its magic and threatening the phoenix. She revealed that their journey was not just about finding the phoenix, but also about restoring balance to the forest. To succeed, you must first face your inner fears, Celine said, her voice echoing with ancient wisdom. Celine led them to a nearby cave, where she instructed them to enter and face their greatest fears. Inside, the cave was pitch dark, and the air was thick with a sense of dread. Aiden was the first to face his fear. He saw visions of his loved ones in danger, unable to help them. The fear of losing those he cared about paralyzed him. But with Lila's support and remembering the phoenix's words in his dream, he found the strength to overcome his fear. Lila's fear was different. She saw herself alone, failing in her mission and letting everyone down. Aiden's encouragement and the reminder of their bond gave her the courage to push through her fear. Together, they emerged from the cave, stronger and more determined than ever. With their fears confronted, Aiden and Lila pressed on. The forest grew darker and colder, a sign of the corruption Celine had mentioned. They encountered creatures twisted by dark magic, their once beautiful forms now grotesque and menacing. Using the magical feather and their wits, they defended themselves, pushing through the darkness. Along the way, they found clues about the source of the corruption. A powerful dark sorcerer named Narek, who sought to enslave the Phoenix and use its magic for his own gain. In their fight against the corrupted creatures, they were aided by a mysterious figure clad in shadows. This figure revealed himself to be a former guardian of the Phoenix named Kale. Banished long ago for a mistake, Kale had been living in the shadows, fighting the corruption from within. Kale offered to join them, sharing his knowledge of the forest and its secrets. With his help, they navigated through treacherous terrain and avoided traps set by Narek's minions. The magical map led them to an ancient, hidden temple deep in the forest. The temple was covered in vines and moss, its entrance guarded by stone statues of mythical creatures. Inside, they found murals depicting the history of the Phoenix and its guardians. As they explored, they discovered a hidden chamber filled with ancient artifacts and scrolls. Among them was a powerful artifact known as the Heart of the Forest, said to amplify the Phoenix's magic. They realized they needed this artifact to counter Narek's dark spells. Retrieving the Heart of the Forest was no easy task. The chamber was protected by a series of magical traps and puzzles. Aiden, Lila, and Kale worked together, using their combined knowledge and skills to navigate through the challenges. Once they obtained the heart, they felt a surge of energy. The artifact glowed with a brilliant light, resonating with the Phoenix feather. They knew they were now ready to face Narek and save the Phoenix. Guided by the magical map and the Heart of the Forest, they made their way to Narek's fortress. The fortress was a dark, foreboding structure, surrounded by a moat of swirling black water. The air was thick with dark magic, and the ground trembled with Narek's power. They devised a plan to infiltrate the fortress. Kale used his knowledge of the shadows to create a diversion, while Aiden and Lila snuck inside. The corridors were filled with traps and dark creatures, but they pressed on, driven by their mission. In the heart of the fortress, they found Narek performing a dark ritual, the Phoenix trapped in a magical cage. The sorcerer was a tall, imposing figure, his eyes glowing with malevolent energy. A fierce battle ensued. Narek unleashed powerful spells, but Aiden and Lila, empowered by the Heart of the Forest and the Phoenix feather, countered with their own magic. Kale, using his agility and combat skills, fought off Narek's minions. The battle reached its climax when Aiden, wielding the Heart of the Forest, confronted Narek directly. The artifact's power clashed with Narek's dark magic, creating a blinding explosion of light and shadow. In the aftermath of the explosion, Aiden and Lila found themselves standing in a devastated chamber, Narek's power shattered. The Phoenix, freed from its cage, rose majestically, its feathers glowing with renewed brilliance. The Phoenix's magic healed the wounds of the forest, purging the dark corruption. The forest came alive with vibrant colors and life, the balance restored. But the victory came at a cost. Aiden, having used the Heart of the Forest to its full extent, collapsed, his energy drained. The Phoenix, recognizing his sacrifice, used its magic to revive him, infusing him with its life force. Aiden awoke, feeling a deep connection to the Phoenix and the forest. He realized he had become a new guardian, chosen by the Phoenix to protect the forest's magic. With Narek defeated and the Phoenix free, Aiden, Lila, and Kale worked together to restore harmony to the forest. They healed the land, helped the creatures recover, and ensured that the balance of magic was maintained. The villagers of Alaria welcomed them back as heroes, their bravery and selflessness celebrated. Elder Rowan, proud of their achievements, recorded their story in the village's chronicles. Aiden and Lila continued their roles as guardians of the forest, their bond with the Phoenix stronger than ever. Kale, having redeemed himself, remained by their side, his wisdom and experience invaluable. The village of Alaria thrived, becoming a place of harmony and magic. The villagers, inspired by the bravery of Aiden and Lila, became more attuned to the magic of the forest, living in harmony with nature. Elder Rowan shared the tale of the Phoenix and its guardians with future generations, ensuring that the legend lived on. The story became a beacon of hope and inspiration, reminding all who heard it of the power of friendship, bravery, and selflessness. Aiden, Lila, and Kale became legends in their own right, their names etched into the history of Valeria. Their adventures were celebrated in songs and stories, their legacy inspiring new generations of adventurers. As the years passed, Aiden and Lila grew older, their roles as guardians never wavering. The phoenix, a symbol of eternal life and renewal, continued to thrive, its magic and everlasting presence in the forest. In their final days, Aiden and Lila were honored with a grand celebration, the villagers and the creatures of the forest coming together to celebrate their lives and achievements. The phoenix, ever watchful, blessed them with its magic, ensuring that their spirits would always be part of the forest. The story of Aiden, Lila, and the phoenix became a timeless legend, passed down through generations. The enchanted forest remained a place of wonder and magic, protected by the guardians who came after them. Ilaria continued to thrive, its people living in harmony with nature, guided by the wisdom of the past. The phoenix, ever vigilant, watched over the forest, its flames a symbol of hope and renewal. And so, the circle of life continued, the legacy of the phoenix and its guardians enduring through the ages, a testament to the power of courage, friendship, and the magic of the natural world. Moral of the story: courage, true bravery is facing and overcoming your fears. Friendship, strong bonds and loyalty can help overcome any challenge. Selflessness, heroism often involves making sacrifices for the greater good. Harmony with nature, respecting and protecting nature is crucial for balance. Redemption, it's never too late to make amends and seek forgiveness. Inspiration, our actions can inspire and positively impact future generations. In summary, the story teaches the values of bravery, friendship, selflessness, respect for nature, redemption, and leaving a positive legacy.